Hi, welcome. Let's take a look at the question of bullion versus numismatic coins. Specifically, we're looking at silver. Right now, with what's happening with the monetary system and the US dollar rapidly losing value, people are rushing into silver right now as an investment, as a way to protect their wealth. And there's actually a couple companies out there right now that are selling numismatic coins in a direct marketing format, and there's a lot of people making a lot of money growing businesses in that area. And I've had a few people originate to me that they couldn't care less about numismatic coins because they were buying bullion, and I've got 700 ounces of bullion coins. I could care less about numismatics. And the reason for that they give is because theoretically, if the value of the dollar crashes and we end up in a hyperinflation, the numismatic value isn't going to exist. Okay, no one's going to care about collectible coins when there's a hyperinflation going on. You're basically going to end up with the metal content, the value of the metal content, and that may be true. No one knows for sure, but there's a couple points on this, because I used to, and I am a silver investor, but I used to kind of have the same viewpoint. I could care less about collecting coins. I was putting money into silver to protect the value of the dollars that I had. Instead of letting it sit in the bank and lose value, I was putting it in silver. But I did a little research, and basically I found a couple things that you might want to consider if you're kind of a person who is, has no interest in numismatics. The first point that I found was that if you just go on Google and you start researching price charts for numismatic coins, you're going to have to find, pick a particular coin and look at the prices over the years. You'll find that the returns on the numismatic coins have actually outperformed bullion coins throughout history. Now, some people will make the argument, yes, but we have never had a monetary crisis like this in history. And that's true, and I agree. But I can only point out to you what history has shown us. And theoretically, if history holds true, history holding true is the reason why people are predicting the monetary collapse. And thus, if history holds true, numismatics will continue to outperform bullion coins. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing I think you should consider is that the government previously outlawed private bullion ownership. They called it hoarding. The word hoarding, that's debatable as to whether that qualifies as hoarding. I don't think that it does. But when it comes to these laws, these words have a little bit different meanings. But basically what happened is private citizens were not allowed to own gold and silver. They had to essentially sell them back to the government for absurd prices. And it just had to do with the currency crisis they were having at the time. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the government right now can afford to make a law like that or to reenact a law like that. However, it has happened. So again, if history is any indicator, it's possible that bullion could be outlawed again, and that act can be reinstituted. And the important thing about that is when that happened, and you can research all this yourself, I'm not here to give you a history lesson, but when that happened, they did not confiscate, if you want to use that word, numismatic coins. They did not confiscate collectible coins, because the collectible coins had a value that was above and beyond the metal content, and it was considered not appropriate for the act that they were enacting. Okay, so that's the second thing you might want to consider. The third thing I think it'd be important to consider is that numismatics are also going to skyrocket in value during a hyperinflation situation. See, this is the argument that people give for bullion, is that the numismatic value is going to be insignificant should you reach a hyperinflation. And I agree. But what you have to understand is, like, right now, a numismatic coin is only worth about not even $60 more than a bullion coin, the same coin. So in other words, an MS-70 perfect graded collectible silver eagle is worth about $60 more than a bullion coin, a bullion silver eagle. Okay? at $60. Now let's assume the price of silver goes from about 40, which is what it is right now, up to 500 an ounce. Okay, and let's say you lose all the value of your numismatic coin. Okay, that numismatic coin's still going to be worth 500 an ounce. Okay, so you put $100 into it, and now it's worth 5, instead of putting 40 into it, and now it's worth 5. Now I guess if you own 10,000 coins, you know, that's going to add up to some money. But the point is that you're not going to lose money in the case of a currency collapse and hyperinflation. It's still a safe investment. And considering these other two criteria here, you know, my recommendation, not that my recommendation holds any weight with you, but just my observation and looking at this, is that it would be wise to invest in both. Okay? So there's a company out there right now, the only one I know of. It's called Preservation of Wealth, and that company, and I buy my silver from them because it's the bullion is at dealer cost to the individual. I'm not a silver dealer; I'm a silver investor. So it's the lowest price I could find, and that's where I buy it from. But they also offer numismatic coins. Okay, and the numismatic coins that they offer are actually, they're selling them quite a bit below current market pricing. In other words, the prices on those numismatic coins that you see out there are higher than what members of Preservation of Wealth are able to purchase them for. Okay, so there's already a discount in place on that. So if you're a person who's investing in silver and not putting anything in numismatics, there is some possibility that numismatics will outperform bullion. And by having some of your wealth into numismatics, that can protect you also against a potential, even though unlikely, government seizure, confiscation, whatever word you want to use, confiscation of bullion, or the reenactment of the anti-hoarding law. So it's just a point to look at. Now there's another company out there that also sells numismatic coins, and they're called Numis Network. Numis Network's doing very well, and I'm not a member of Numis Network, but it's a great company. And that's basically all they do, is they sell numismatic coins in a network marketing format, and you know, each month the members receive a numismatic coin, and it's a good investment. Some people have kind of steered away from that because they don't sell bullion, and then you've got Preservation of Wealth, which sells bullion and numismatics, which I think, you know, to have that option is good, and then you have one central place to buy all your silver from, and you don't have to shop around and buy from different places. It makes it a lot simpler. But the point I was trying to make here is just that both of these things are smart investments. Either one, with what's happening with the currency, in any event, much wiser investment than just about anything else you could find right now if you're just looking for something to hold your wealth. Okay? Now, if you want to learn more about this stuff, there's a ton of information on it. I'll put a link below this video that you can click, and you can learn some more about that, and do some research and watch some videos and things like that. Okay? And then if you want to do that, that'll be there for you. But hopefully that was helpful, and we'll see you next time. Bye.